Hi there, it's Karen from Igniting Your Life. Hope you are doing well. We have bypassed the midpoint of December and we are well on our way to 2011. Are you excited? I know I am. And so looking forward to a few days off from work. I think that's probably one of the best things I can think of for the next little while. Certainly, if you are celebrating Christmas, I guess the gifts, but more so, I'm happy for the pajama time and sleeping in and vegging out, recouping all of that lost sleep. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. But as we count down to 2011, we still have a few Reverb10 posts to get through, and I have been somewhat delinquent in posting, so my apologies. It seems to get away from me, and there have definitely been a few that I just have not been able to do because they require so much more thought than I've been able to give them. So you're going to see a few of them probably towards the end of the month coming back finally, but I've had to skip them just because there's so much to think about and I just don't know where to start. So but let's go on with the next one. So December 16th is the next one that I'm going to do, and it comes from Martha Mahalik, and I apologize for saying that wrong. She's Curious Martha on Twitter. So she asks, friendship, how has a friend changed you or your perspective on the world this year? Was it the change gradual or a sudden burst? And I have one friend in particular who I've known for many years, and they have a very different perspective and outlook on life than I do. And neither mine nor theirs is good, bad, right, or wrong. But over the last year, over 2010, I have really come into believing in my way of thinking is right for me, and have fought others who think that I should be more like this friend. I think that I should be more like me. I think that the way that my friend is, who places a lot of emphasis on things and money and materialistic objects, I think that really works for them, and I'm not passing judgment. I just know that that doesn't fit with me. And so the things that I value are very different. But I've had to defend myself a little bit this year in terms of my career and what I want out of my career, and that I'm okay not making, $200,000 or even $100,000 a year, because if what I can get out of my career is what I'm actually after, which for the most part is not the money. Sure, I want to live comfortably, but it's not about the money, and it's not about the things it can buy. It's about how I feel and how my job and my career makes me feel in life. So have had to defend myself a bit, and it was a sudden change, and I respect this person for who they are and what they do. Like I said, not passing judgment. They're just so very different than I am, and it really sort of crystallized this past summer that I am who I am, and I don't want to be them, and that's okay. They don't want to be me either, and that's okay. So that was a bit of an eye opener for me, because I just hadn't thought of things that way. So that was pretty cool. Certainly made me feel more like me. And so December 17th's prompt comes from Tara Weaver, from The Butcher and the Vegetarian. So she asks, what was the best thing you learned about yourself this past year, and how will you apply that lesson going forward? I think for me, the biggest thing that I learned this year is that I don't always have to be the responsible one. Now, it sounds kind of odd, but as the oldest child, I somehow subconsciously became the responsible one. And that's not to say that my sister is irresponsible. Neither are my parents, but I took on very much of I took my big sister role very seriously, and that's just who I became in the family, was the one that had to get the grades and had to earn the money or had to do what I thought was expected of me. Now, keep in mind, this was not what my parents necessarily said or what they necessarily did or wanted. It's what I interpreted things as and how I inferred things into these beliefs into my life. So this isn't a reflection of them and how they made me feel, but I really felt for so long that I had to be the responsible one, that it was all up to me. And I hate to sound like a martyr, because that's not how I felt. Like, it wasn't like, oh, poor me, I have to be the one. It was more of, this is what I need to do in order to take care of everyone around me. And I still have that to a certain extent, and that probably will never go away, but I don't always have to be the responsible one. And what responsible means can change. So I can do things for me and not be irresponsible. That's really what that comes down to. So I was able to do that. And that was pretty cool, because the big revelation. And then